spend the morning with me while I tell you why we doubt ourselves so much more as adults. Let's go. First, I'm going to the supermarket to buy some bread. Because the door opened on its own. Oh yeah, this is activated. Yeah, and yes, I'm dressed in my indoor clothes because I don't have to go outside to go to the supermarket. Okay, I don't have to go outside. I didn't notice that they had a Christmas tree here. So pretty. Maybe I should take example or just take all the joy from this tree because I might not put a tree at my home. Oh, and there's an entrance here. I didn't know. Okay, well, it makes it easy for me to go to the bread aisle. Look at all these bread options. So this is usually the one that I get. And let me show you. I usually take this brownstone meal because the breads, they have, first of all, they are healthier. They are with authentic grains, and then you can pick different types of grains that you want. Like this one, there is sprouted 3 grains, right? This is sprouted flaxseed. This is sprouted rye and 12 grains. This is sprouted rye, yeah, again the same thing. And then this is, yeah, sprouted 3 grains. So I usually just take this one, and my nutritionist is the one who actually recommended that to me. And look at the prices, y'all. $6 for a loaf of bread, and the slices, you know, they are probably like 10 or 12 slices in there. I don't know. I used to take this one. Let me show you the one I used to take. This one, I used to think this one was good, but my nutritionist was like, this is good because it's whole grain, but it's even better to get the ones that have the grains inside, because it's just healthier. And then look at the price difference. Look at that, $1.99 for whole wheat, but the healthier option is about 6 times more than that. So yes, it's pricey, but you know what is more expensive? Getting sick is more expensive, so we are better off just being healthy from the get-go, right? Let's go to my next favorite section, which is the fruit and vegetables section. I specifically want avocados. I want to make guacamole, and I think I'm gonna come back later to get some flowers for the house. Yeah, I usually like buying flowers either here or at another supermarket, No Frills. Although here I don't really like the selection that they have right now, so I don't know, let's see if I get the chance to go to No Frills, then I'm gonna go. Oh, look at all this. You see how they put in things for us to just buy? You see that? And they put it right in front of where I just be passing. You see that? You find they have good head? I'm going to get these avocados because here, these are 2 for $5. It's pricey, y'all, because these are ripe and I want to make the guacamole now for my breakfast. But I'm also going to get these ones freshly bagged because these are $4 and they are way cheaper. But and also, like, it's going to take a little bit more time to ripen up, but it's okay because I can't wait. And the way you know your avocado is ripe, you don't touch the body, you touch the head, right? My mom taught me that, y'all. So I'm gonna take 2 nice ripe avocados. So now I'm gonna prepare breakfast and eat breakfast while watching this. Right, so let's get cooking. So I am making breakfast and I am making homemade hot chocolate with oat milk. I like to make my own oat milk just using oats and water. And I'm making guacamole. So these are the avocados that I bought. Very nice. I didn't know how to make guacamole before. Back home, I used to think, guacamole is essentially mashed avocados, right? But I actually wanted like guacamole that tastes like what they usually sell. So I found this really nice recipe online where you have your avocados, you add some onions. As you can see here, red onions are better because they are more flavorful, and I love the taste of onions, fresh onions in anything that I make, like a salad or a dip or anything like that. So I put half a red onion, then I put some garlic in, some salt to your taste and to your pleasure. Don't worry, the salt is pretty okay here. It wasn't too much. I know my hand likes to play with salt, but this was good. It wasn't too much. And then you mash everything together. You don't need to put it in a blender. I don't like my avocado too pureed. I like it a little bit chunky, a little bit with pieces. And then now I put some cumin. I really think cumin here is really the golden ingredient that really helps to elevate it and level it up. I never thought about putting cumin for guacamole, but here we are now toasting the bread here that you saw me buy earlier. I got this toaster from Decker, and then now I'm blending the oat that is going to make my oat milk. It's literally just oat and water, and then you strain it based on how you like it. Now the bread is fresh and ready. We're going to now make our toast slices. Here I am adding some arugula. No, first spray with some olive oil spray just so it's not too dry, and then putting some arugula here, fresh arugula. I just took it out of the water with vinegar to kind of like sanitize it. And then now I'm making the toast slices different. So on one slice I am putting the arugula and then the avocado, and you just put as much as you want. And then on the other slice I put the avocado and then the arugula. Honestly, I can't tell you which one was better. I mean, both were tasting good, but I just wanted to know if like the crunchiness will feel different if you bite the arugula first before the avocado, or if you bite the avocado first before the arugula. But anyways, this is what it looks like. Then I try to do a little bit of decoration. Then I put some sesame seeds, black sesame seeds on top, just for the health benefits of the sesame seeds, but also to give it a little bit of a poppy black color. I am in my sesame seeds era. They're very crunchy, and it's really nice, and it's really a good healthy additive. Now let's get into the hot chocolate. Okay, this is pure cocoa from Cote d'Ivoire. Let me tell you something, 100% organic, black owned. I love that. So I put 2 spoons. Then I put my oat milk here. You see, it's just literally the oat and the water blend together. I tried to strain it first, but it was a little bit too thick, and I was like, you know what, let me just this is how thick you can actually see it. This is what it looks like. If you want, you can strain it. If you don't want, you can just put it fully like that. But you will have like a little bit of the pieces of like the pieces of oat at the bottom, and then you turn it. So now I personally like my hot chocolate with a little bit of clumps, at the bottom of the cup. From the time I was a child, I always liked it like that anyway. So I am now making the cup here. You can see the steam here is fresh. It is just like the best hot beverage to start your morning in the winter. And you can see this little clumpy at the bottom of the spoon. I am going to love it. This is how I make it. Now, based on how thick you want it, you might decide to just put more of the oat milk with the pieces of oat at the bottom. Okay, and this is what my breakfast looks like. In the bowl you have the blueberries here, and this is what the final product looks like. Very healthy, very organic, and this is how I usually eat in the morning. Now I am pivoting into just having coaching sessions this morning with my coaching clients who want to work online. And this is something that you're interested in, let me know. I'm putting the details of the coaching program that I offer in the description box of this video. Now for the rest of the day, we're going to do a little bit of self-care. I am taking out my fake nails. So the funny thing is, I actually got my nails done in Brazil, and I'm going to tell you about that trip to Brazil. And I had it on for 3 weeks, so now I'm taking it off at home on my own using acetone. So I dip my fingers first in the acetone, as you can see, to melt the nails, and then now this is what it looks like after being dipped for 10 minutes, right? And then now what I'm doing is like I'm now taking it off with I don't know how you call this thing in English, but you know what it is, right? Like nail girlies. I mean, you've probably seen it before. So I am pushing down the nail with this thing to make sure that the fake nail actually lifts up. But you have to be very, very gentle because you don't want to damage your nail on there. So some of the nails were like still very, very stuck. So I'm like, you know what? I will dip it back into the acetone later. And then I was able to eventually remove them after like 2 or 3 rounds of dipping. Then the next step is to buffer the top of my nails. As you can see here, what you see white on top of my nail at this stage is just kind of like the marks that the fake nail left, but they are pretty superficial. Last time I had fake nails, the marks were a lot deeper, and my nails were a lot more brittle. But here, because I think I only kept it for 3 weeks max, my nails are not as brittle, and I'm really happy because it did not cause damage as I thought it would. So now I'm just like buffering the nail buffering the top of the nails and then removing the remaining of the glue from the top of my nails, and I'm buffering it, making sure that it's like smooth, and then it comes out and then the top of the enamel is smooth. Then after I've done that, I wash my hands. This is an organic bathroom soap. I got it at an organic or green organic store. I'm very excited about this. This is actually the first time I'm using that. It is from the Bear Home, and they have pretty good sustainable and organic products. The lady told me that this soap is made of obviously soap, but it's the fragrance is lavender and sage, so it can work very well in your bathroom, or you can also put it in the kitchen, wherever you want, anywhere you wash your hands anyway. So I'm washing my hands now, and I'm adjusting because like I think the water was a little bit too hot. Wash for as long as you want. It doesn't dry your hands. It's very it's just like very smooth, very soft, but you want to make sure that you wash your hand very well, and take out all these nails and glues, residues and everything. Now the next step would now be to just polish my nails, and by polish I don't mean adding nail polish, but this is what it looks like after I have done the round of buffering and so forth. So now I am hydrating my hands. So this is the hyaluronic acid serum. A lot of beauty girlies say that you only, like generally when people buy hyaluronic acid, they only use it for their face, but I use it for my whole body. And so now, because I just had like this whole thing going on in my hands, I want to put it in my hands, right? So I'm using that as a serum to moisturize my hands. And then you want to apply it for a good while, like just really massage your hands, like really give your hands that tender loving care. Give yourself a hand massage your fingers, make sure it really, really penetrates. Then I go in with my specific winter cream. I love this Eucerin Complete Repair Cream. Let me tell you something. This cream gets my skin going for the winter. It is very hydrating, very moisturizing, and this one is enriched with ceramide and also hyaluronic acid. So I use that. I go in with that to really just moisturize my hands, and I make sure that I go through the palm, the fingers, the nail at the root, at the top, and I give myself a little bit of a hand massage, Yes, all that goodness, I like this because it always feels like, just a way of taking care of myself also. Now I go in with my EOS hand cream. Let me tell you something. This hand cream is a must-have if you live in a country where you experience winter. The first time I bought this, it was on sale at Shoppers Drug Mart, and I was just trying it out. And let me tell you something. This cream, when you apply that on your hands, even if you wash your hands, you still feel, after you wash and dry your hands, the moisture still stays. And once I discovered that, I was like, yeah, this is the best hand cream ever. Whenever I use it, I'm very happy, and it really smells good. They have different flavors, so I always get that. It's always in my bag, and so now it just felt like the natural and the normal thing for me to go in to finish this hand treatment. And then now I go in with the cuticle oil. Look, I was having a tongue twister here. I was gonna say it in French. The cuticle oil is for my nails and my cuticles. So this is the oil that really helps to keep them healthy, to keep them hydrated, because all the lotions that I was adding were, yes, for the skin, for the hands, and a little bit for the nails, but not specifically for the nails. But the cuticle oil is specifically for the cuticles and for the nails. So I apply it on the nails, and I apply it also around the nails, around the cuticles, and you can see that I'm putting it like a generous amount to every single nail. And then what I do is that I rub it around the nail. I massage the nail, the nail on the front, top, and the sides to really make sure that the oil penetrates, because it's really, really important that it penetrates and it enters. And I repeat the process for the other hand. It feels really therapeutic, and I love being a girl. I love being a woman. These little moments that you just get to spend with yourself. It's self-care, and everything together I think took me about an hour, but it felt like an hour of self-care. I'm not going to put any nail polish or anything for a little while, just to let my nails breathe, and this is what the final result looks like. Oh child, let's sit down. After all this work, let's sit down and have a little chitty chat. So why do we doubt ourselves so much more when we are adults? Children are more carefree by nature, and I think that is like the essence of being a child. Your mind is set to like wander, to explore, to roam, to be curious and everything, right? But when you become an adult, I feel like there are a few things that happen. So the first thing is you are more aware of the fact that the world is not how you thought it was. And I don't even want to say how people painted it for you to be, because when you were a child, your world, your reality was based on what you really saw and what you experienced with your child mind and your childlike wonder. So I feel like the more you grow and the more you break out of that, I don't want to call it disillusion, because there's still so much beauty and magic in the world, but you break out of that child mind mindset and world, and you see the world through different eyes. I feel like you realize that it's not so much of a bed of roses without thorns that you thought it was, and you become disillusioned to some of the realities that you thought or you used to have as a child. And because of that, then I think that we go into like more of a more guarded mode, where our instincts are to protect ourselves, to defend ourselves, to protect ourselves, and to just try to avoid being hurt. Another thing is, we also now see the world based on the experiences, the new adult experiences that we have had, which will include oftentimes disappointments. Like if you've had your heart broken, you're like, you know what, I never pass back. I never pass back in that. Forget about that love, right? If you've been disappointed in friendships, the next time you approach a friendship, you are more guarded. If you had a business that didn't work, you might feel like, you know what, let me forget about this whole business thing. It's not for me. So I think because we see the world now more from those new perspectives, not necessarily from the older one that we had, right? We tread more lightly, we tread more carefully. Another reason why I think that we take less risks as adults is because we become more afraid of failure, and more afraid of people's opinions. And when you become an adult, your personality generally is a lot more formed. You stand more on who you are. You stand more on, like, you know more about who you are. You have a stronger ego compared to when you were a child, and so it's like you also aim to protect that ego, right? To protect that view of yourself, and that view of yourself that other people have. So you will shy away from doing the things that you really want to do sometimes, because you're afraid that, oh, what are people going to be thinking about me? Like, I'm Mrs. Tell, I'm Mrs. X, I'm Mr. Y, I am this big shot doctor, this big shot engineer, I am this big musician, I am this big teacher with a lot of responsibilities, a lot of students who look up to me. I have all these different facets of my personality that people know. And so what I want to do, even if I know it's good for me, if it doesn't align with what people think or know about me, then I don't want to break that mold, and I don't want to change that perspective. So I think because our identity is generally formed based on different things, and even on who we think we are, we don't take as much risk because we don't want to shake that status quo. Another thing that another reason is, I think, is because we just also don't want to be hurt, because we go back into that protective mindset, protective mode. And the thing is, we do all these things again, because I feel the more we do those things, the more we stay within our shelter, and we create a shield that also prevents us from experiencing the world to its fullness. Maybe there's no rainbow without rain, there is no sunshine without rain. And I think when we are more conscious about those things, about the reasons why we don't want to take as many risks, we are better able to to unpack those, and to really just take the steps towards taking the risks that we need for us to make our life better. Because even though some of those reasons will protect us, from like the danger, right? At the same time, they would also prevent us from taking the steps that we need to be better people, within our families, to achieve our dreams, and to do the things that we want to do. So I wanted to share that, and let me know in the comments, what do you think are the reasons why we as adults don't take as much risks as we used to when we were children? I would love to know your thoughts, and let's chat in the comments, and see you tomorrow in the next video.